What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Hey, welcome back. Listen, we had a hiatus. We took a 2-week break because of Christmas and New Year. I can see you, CC Freak. I think maybe because you're a mod. I don't know. This is a members only chat on my main channel, but you are free to chat over on my new ReallyBTV review channel. So you should. I just want to make sure. I don't know if I did it right, but chat away. If for whatever reason it's not letting you chat in the main on ReallyBTV, then go over to ReallyBTV reviews. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. We are trying to build that channel up, you guys. So go on over there, subscribe, and chat away. Welcome, welcome, welcome as you guys come in. So look, first of all, we about to get into the things of the things of the things. But listen, we done took a 2-week break. We done celebrated the birth of our Lord. Well, my Lord. I don't know about you all, whatever you worship to or however you celebrate. But I done celebrated the birth of Jesus. I done rang in a whole new year. Okay. I done been, I think I done been to LA and back. Why are we still in freaking Austin? Y'all, this is the longest trip I have ever seen in my life. I mean, well, why are we still there? And why do they insist? Somebody sent this to me. I don't know if I saw it. I know it wasn't on last week. That's what I said, Stacey Renee. I said that. I said we took a 2-week break. I I just I feel like, child, okay, they had 20 pair of cowboy boots. Okay. Somebody sent me a link. I don't know where I saw it at this point. Probably scrolling through internet or whatever. Where why do we insist on having this paint by number arts and craft situation? Like, we start this episode off. It is Karen's birthday, and we are celebrating Karen's birthday. And of all the things that we could do in Austin, we could have had a spa day. I'm sure there's some sort of I'm sure there was something in Austin that they could have done. That I don't know. I ain't never been to Austin, so I don't know. But I mean, we found a distillery. We couldn't find nothing. The best that y'all could come up with was to go down to what is this camera? The best that we could do was to go down to the Michaels and get some paint by number easels, and because you know what this was, right? Y'all really know what this was. Y'all know what this was. This was the activity that they had planned the day before that got ruined when Ashley wanted them to paint the vajayjays. Remember that? Remember they had all the paint and the supplies because Ashley wanted them to paint their vajayjays, and production said, "What we not gonna do is waste this $20 that we spent down to the Michaels buying these easels and buying these paintbrushes and buying this glue. I mean this paint, and y'all gonna paint something." So they had to come up with this old paint by numbers, patchwork ass activity. Oh, we want you to paint what you think Karen looks like. The fuck? Karen is turning 60. And that is the best y'all could come up with to do is a paint by numbers activity. I mean, I could probably think of 20 other things. Let me tell you what I would have done. I'm gonna put all of this on Ashley. Because listen, for those of us who have been watching these reality shows, we know that production be putting a lot of this shit together. So I ain't gonna put all of this on Ashley. Some of this comes from production. And even if Ashley came up with it, production should have said no. Hell no. Not just no. Hell no. This what they should have done for Kern. Kern is the grand dame. We know that Kern is very, on the elite level. She's up here. She plays that grand dame role. Y'all know what they needed to find for Karen? They should have went to high tea. Do you know how on brand that would have been for Karen Huger to find a restaurant, a hotel? Most of the high-end hotels have a high tea. Go to one of the high-end hotels, which clearly they're not staying at one. The Mandarin, I can't think of, and they could have found a high tea for Karen. That would have been so on brand for her. That would have been so on brand for her. I live in Austin, and there are plenty of things. I know, like Austin is not on Jupiter. You know what I mean? Like they get the same shit in Austin that they have everywhere else. But I just think that activity was ridiculous. It wasn't. It was just so off brand. It was so off brand. Anyway, see, I'm yawning. I'm sorry, y'all. So while Ashley and Giselle are upstairs getting the paint by numbers set together, they have a conversation and we find out that Ashley mama is still with that man. I don't even think we care. Downstairs, the ladies have split. We have Karen, Wendy, and Candace at the bar discussing their pubic hair, which I know I don't care nothing about. And then you have Nneka, Mia. I'm so sorry, y'all. How am I yawning like this? I'm so sorry. We have Nneka, Mia, and Robin in the pool discussing Wendy. Mia is letting the ladies know what Wendy has said about the shrines and stuff like that. And of course, they're still making it seem like Wendy mama is out here, doing rituals and stuff. Child, it's just ridiculous. Wendy lets the ladies know that her mama is sick in the hospital and that, that's just adding an extra layer of stress. And then with the whole conversation about her mama building shrines to people, it's just doing a lot. Now, Candace said, I feel for her and all, but that don't get her off the hook. That don't get her off the hook for, her mama out here building shrines. Now, listen. Y'all, I'm gonna just go ahead and be real about what? Why am I yawning? Woo, I'm sorry. I just ate dinner a little while ago. I had dinner over my parents' house. Maybe that food. Maybe it's just a food thing. Food coma, child. Mm-mm. I think Wendy's explanation last week about the fact that they're Catholic and what her mother meant. Now Nneka said that she has more evidence. I got the itis. Yeah, I think I do. Now Nneka says she has more evidence of the duplicity that is what Wendy's mama got going on and what Wendy got going on. Listen, I already told y'all what I think the whole Wendy Nneka situation is, to be perfectly honest about the matter. And I feel like we stole that storyline straight from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm not interested anymore. Nneka, you were a fan. You let us know that you were a fan. It's clear that you were a fan. So you knew exactly who Wendy was. I believe that you reached out to Wendy via your sister or your friend Wendy's sister, whoever was the connection. And I believe that Wendy blew you off. I believe y'all know of each other, but y'all are not friends. I believe y'all have been in rooms together, but you have not hung out. You have not bonded. And therefore, you know of each other, but you do not know each other. I feel like we are getting caught up in semantics of, well, I know her. You said you knew her. You said you didn't know her. I absolutely believe that Wendy mama reached out to Nneka and cussed her out. I do. And I believe that she invoked the Lord on some level to do it. That is what I think happened. And I think Nneka took it and ran with it, and it is what it is. Because we know that Wendy Mama will call you and will tell you how she feel. And we also know that Wendy Mama bring the Lord into everything. So I believe all of those things. It goes back to what I was saying you guys the other day, that two things can be true at the same time. I believe both versions of the story. I just think that Nneka is taking it to a place that it doesn't need to go. I do not think it has anything to do with demonic or witchery or witchcraft. I just don't think it's on that level. I don't. I really don't. But anyway. So then we go upstairs, and like I said, the ladies paint their portrait of who they think, what they think Wendy, what's her name? Karen looks like. You know, the sad thing about all of that, is if that's what they showed us, imagine what they edited out. Like, imagine what they edited out, y'all. This review gonna be short because I don't even know if I have a whole lot more to give it. So then we're going out for Kern's birthday. We're going to dinner and we're going to a drag show. Ashley had to keep reminding us that she hosted the drag shows and she went on a drag tour, and that the drag community is under attack and we really need to support it. I guess we forgot that Karen was the first one in this group to incorporate the drag community into her live shows. But okay, girl. That's why when they got to the drag club, they already had people there that had on Karen's t-shirts. But okay. The ladies go back to their room and get dressed. Now, Wendy, listen. I mean, who the hell are the stylists for these shows? Because they clearly must have the same stylists that just go from show to show to show. I need to know who all these people's stylists are. Because last year it was that damn black and like burnt orange dress that everybody was wearing. Candy wore it. Melody wore it. Kimmy wore it. Bambi wore it. Giselle wore it. Everybody wore that same damn black dress with the orange fringe on it. It was the exact same fucking dress. And I'm sure it was a designer. I'm sure it was somebody's label. But now it's these Mugler onesies. I am so sick of these Mugler onesies. We had Phaedra wear. We had Larsa wear. And now Wendy wearing it. And about 3-4 other people that wore that. I am so sick of these same people. Listen, Wendy looked good. Let me be very clear. Oh, Wendy wore the fuck out of that suit. Let me be very clear. Wendy wore that suit down. I'm just sick of seeing it. I just get sick of these shows where I feel like we're recycling the same thing. Like you go from show to show. I think Erica wore it. It's just, it's too many clothes and it's too many stylists and it's too many people trying to get their shit on these shows for us to. And the fact that every franchise wears the exact, like they didn't even wear it, wasn't even that dress in a different color. It was the same fucking dress. Now let's be clear though, Wendy wore the hell out of it. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh, Wendy wore the hell out that dress. Now I ain't gonna hold you. Damn. Anyway. So the ladies get dressed for dinner. Like I said, I think Wendy looked nice. Candace's little outfit was cute. Robin looked like she was going to go on a job interview with that pink blazer. I don't know what the hell Giselle had on, but I mean, I rarely know what the hell Giselle has on. Kern was cute, I thought Ashley's outfit was cute from the waist up. I didn't like the fact that her whole ass was hanging out the back, but whatever. These this group of ladies just leave a lot to be desired in the fashion department. But moving on. So we're at dinner. Now listen, I do want to say this. They did have a good time doing the painting. It was all fun. It was a little bit of shade, but nobody argued, nobody cussed each other out, nobody talked about nobody's mama. It was cute. It was a good time. And I did enjoy that. I must say I enjoyed that. Here we can ready to get to the part that I know most of y'all gonna argue with me, y'all gonna fight with me on, and we might as well. We ain't got nothing else to spark up this episode, so let's go ahead and dig into it. Let's dig into it, because after this dinner, I don't really have a whole lot more. Child, they went to the drag show. They celebrated Kern's birthday. Wendy did the walk that went over the internet, and NECA, of course, had to be a hater. The only thing, okay, I'm gonna come back to the dinner. Let me just go ahead and talk about this, because when I talk about the dinner, there ain't nothing else to talk about. And I know y'all gonna get mad at me when I tell y'all what I got to say about the dinner. But anyway, moving on. I found it interesting that when they were asking everybody what their drag name would be, I found it interesting that Mia was like, well, my stage name was da 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 da. Mia, I thought you didn't get on stage. I thought you was just a waitress at the script club. And ain't that what Mia told us? Did she amend that story and I missed it? Didn't Mia tell us that she did script down at the script club, that she just worked at the script club, that she was a waitress, that she wore dresses and gowns? Ain't that what she told us? Did she amend the story and I missed it? I mean, we knew she was lying when she said it, but did she ever amend it? Because I was like, how do you have a stage name if you was never on stage? Now, if she had amended the story and changed it up, please let me know. But I that is the first thing I thought. I said, huh? How you got a stage name and you was never on stage though? You said you was carrying the filet mignon through the club in your gown. Anyway, moving right along. So that's pretty much that. They had a good time down to the drag show. Great. Let's go back to this dinner. Ashley brings up the fact about Candace and Robin. Why can't they just figure it out? Why can't they just, find a way to get to a good space? And Ashley brings up the fact that why can't, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact words, but why can't you accept the fact that you said some things that hurt Robin? Why do you feel the need to go to the internet to talk to Robin instead of calling Robin and talking to her? Why do you feel like you need to do this, 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 and this? So Candace was like, I reached out to Robin. I asked Robin if she was mad at me. She didn't respond. You asked her if she was mad after you made the statements. But hold on, let me finish. So then Robin says she's not interested in having a conversation with Candace. And she says, I don't understand why Candace can't accept responsibility. And can we all just agree to not use social media as a weapon? I'm a pause right there. I'm a pause right there. So I have a couple of things to say, and some of it I know y'all are not going to like. So the first thing I'm going to say is this. I think we can agree that most, not all, but most reality stars have used social media as a weapon. That's part of the reason why a lot of these reality shows are not as interesting as they used to be, because we know way too much about what happened on the show before the show airs. We know shit that happened during the season 6 months before the season comes on TV because they film it 6 months in advance. And by the time it comes on, we're literally just waiting to see what story corresponds with the text and the post and the shady comments so we can put it in context. And that's why we get so caught up in, oh, this was just a filler episode. Oh, this episode was boring, because subconsciously we're only waiting to see what corresponded with the shit we saw online and where it came into the season. And if that episode doesn't fit with some of the drama that we saw happen on social media, then in our mind it's boring or it was a filler or whatever, because all we're looking for is what we saw happen online. Perfect example is the season that all that stuff leaked out about the bachelor party on Real Housewives of Atlanta. All we cared about was those 3 episodes where they was at the bachelorette party. We didn't care about none of them other storylines, because all we was, when I say we, I mean generally, the audience generally, all we were trying to do was to get to all that information that we heard leak about this daggone party. Same thing when we hear about a fight. All we want to do is wait till we get to the fight. Last season with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, all we did was we kept waiting for what? We kept waiting to get to the Drew and Ralph part. And that was the last 2 episodes of the whole damn season. Because all that shit had leaked out about Drew allegedly having an affair with the girl and all the da-da-da-da-da. So I think we can agree that most, not all, but most reality shows, most stars, reality stars, use social media as a weapon, right? And I think that they should be a lot more strict with the contracts on what they can and can't say. I do think they should be, because I think that's what's hurting their ratings, honestly. But okay, so can we just throw that out the window? Then Robin. Robin, girl, you have a whole podcast that you use as a weapon against your castmates. And we know that for a fact. You have a whole podcast. Do they talk about other things on their podcast? I'm sure, yeah. I'm sure. But we've heard the clips of you speaking on your castmates on your podcast. So don't come down here and be self-righteous and act like, oh my goodness. Hey everyone, I'm like, what's up, Quake? Social media definitely plays a part in reality TV. It's not entertaining, which is why Salt Lake City was a hit last week. Yeah, because they did a good job of keeping that secret. I think we didn't really find out until like the last 2 weeks, and even then we weren't sure if it was right or not. But they definitely did a good job of keeping that secret on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, baby. Now, here's the part y'all ain't gonna like. And I know y'all not gonna like it because I got a history with the fans of the Real Housewives of Potomac. So I know y'all ain't gonna like what I'm getting ready to say. I need Candace to accept the fact that her mouth is lethal and it makes people feel some kind of way. Last season, I think, from what we saw publicly, I think Robin did a really good job of trying to support Candace through this bullshit with Giselle. Now, we already know she's not going to throw Giselle away. We already know she's not going to cuss Giselle out. Not publicly. I don't know what she does behind closed doors. But she's not going to publicly throw Giselle away. She ain't going to publicly cuss Giselle out. However, we saw multiple times last season where Robin tried to talk to Giselle and tell Giselle she was doing too much, tried to convince Giselle that she was taking it too far. And we also saw multiple scenes where Robin was with Candace supporting her or showing support to her. Somewhere in the mix, and I don't remember, y'all, I'm sure somebody's going to remind me in the comments. Somewhere in the mix, Candace no longer felt like Robin was true supporting her. And as a result, Candace spoke on Robin. And she did say some very hurtful things about the person that she claimed she had a really good friendship with. It was after the dinner in Miami. Okay, because I can't remember all of that. Thank you, Xavier. So after the dinner in Miami. Two things can be true. What is wrong with this camera today? Two things can be true at the same time. And y'all know I say that all the time. Two things can be true at the same time. Robin could be a bad friend. Oh, that's right. She did. You know what? Let me put a pin in that. She did come for Robin did speak against Candace with Giselle. Yeah, I remember she played the audio tape now, the dinner, but she played the live. But then she played the live because Candace was talking shit about him. Remember in the live, Candace was talking shit. Anyway, they go back and forth, child. They go back and forth with each other. But the point that I want to make is I need Candace to stop acting like she can only receive pain and doesn't give pain. You're mad at Robin. Valid. You feel like Robin is a shitty friend. Valid. But before y'all can get to a point where y'all can make up, you have to acknowledge that you said some hurtful things to her, regardless of whether you said it out of anger, regardless of whether you said it out of hurt. If me and you fall out and we both said some shit about each other, before we can get to the point that we're friends again, you have to acknowledge what you did to me, like I got to acknowledge what I did to you. And I feel like that's the only point that Ashley was trying to make. Now, Ashley is Ashley, but I feel like that's the point that Ashley was trying to make was you got to acknowledge that you said some shit. And I don't think that's an unreasonable conversation for them to have. Candace said in the live that she's not friends with any of the women. Robin got hurt by that, but Robin didn't see that. Candace said Robin was her only real friend. Right. That's what it was. Yeah, I forget. I did forget about that part. I knew it was something I was forgetting because I couldn't remember what happened. But okay, that's right. So she played Candace's live, so forth and so on. I see Candace does too much. I agree Candace does too much. She needs to stop talking at times. However, I don't think Robin and Candace are really friends. Candace is spoiled. I think that Candace and Robin off camera were building a friendship. Building a friendship. I do think they were. I think in real life, off camera, they were building a friendship. Remember one of the things that hurt Candace so much was when all that stuff came out about Chris, when Giselle was saying all that stuff, Candace was like, wait a minute, you've been at my house. Like, my husband has cooked for you. I mean, stuff that they, like, off camera, they weren't filming kind of stuff. Like, I've invited to you my home when the cameras weren't here. And you came into my home and you enjoyed my food and my good time and you were around my husband, yet now all of a sudden my husband makes you uncomfortable. You don't like what he did. Like, all of that stuff happened after the reunion, which is part of the reason why Candace was so pissed off. Like, wait, what the hell? Like, what is all of this? Because we literally have been hanging out all summer without cameras, legit having a good time, and now all of a sudden my husband makes you uncomfortable. No, ma'am. Houston, we have a problem. So here's my 2 cents on that whole situation. And again, I know it's an unpopular opinion. My opinion on Candace has not changed. And let's be clear. When I say it hasn't changed, I think that Candace's mouth gets her in trouble. I think that some people like, don't be mad because Candace can read better than the rest of the girls. She can. And I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. I am not mad that Candace can read better than the rest of the girls. But what I do want people to understand is that things come with consequences. Words mean things. And when you put things out, there's a consequence behind it. Yes, Robin, whatever. But if you're saying that you legitimately want to be friends with Robin again and work this out, then you've got to acknowledge that you hurt her. That it wasn't one-sided, Candace. And while Robin was going through, regardless of whether you like Robin or not, while Robin was going through probably one of the hardest things that she's been dealing with in her life, meaning being on a public platform, getting back with her husband, marrying that man, only to find out that he been lying to her, cheating, that it came out. However, all that went down, and then he loses his job and all this stuff. Robin probably has been going through a lot. And I think Candace, I understood. I understood what people were trying to get Candace to understand. I have a big problem with people who feel like it's okay to say whatever they want to say in the name of anger and hurt, and then can't take responsibility or accountability for what they did. And see, that's why I can't do the back and forth. I can't do the back and forth. When I'm done with something and somebody, I am done. And that's why people who I'm friends with have to be very, very, very careful about that shit. And I'm not saying that I can't have a misunderstanding with somebody. I'm not saying that I can't have a, I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying though is when we're at a point, when I get to a point where we're there, I can't go back. My heart does not allow me to go back. Once I'm done with it, I am done with it. And people like Candace, I couldn't be friends with, because here's what I can't do with you. I can't have an argument with you and you go below the belt. I can't. Man, I don't have no problem with us arguing and you saying something nasty to me, or I'm saying something. I'm not talking about surface shit. But I mean that cut you to your bone type shit. I can't do it. I can't. Me personally, I can't do it. Now I know other people can play that game and they can do that back and forth. I can't. Now I can have a disagreement with somebody, and I've even had arguments with people. I ain't talking about that I can't ever disagree with somebody. Absolutely, we can disagree, and we can have a difference of opinion, and we can see things from a different point of view. Absolutely. But I'm talking about that cut you to the bone. And see, that's what Candace does. There's no middle for Candace. Candace goes from 0 to 100. And when there's no middle ground, when you're at 100, you can't do that. You can't you can't do that and then expect for people to keep coming back around and being cool with you. And I think that the reality world has set an unrealistic precedent for that. And what I mean by that is this: because these people have to work with each other to get their paycheck, they are way too forgiving of things that people have done and boundaries that people have crossed. Because in the name of we gotta make the show work. People, that's one of the things that Monique got criticized for. Well, if Giselle did all these horrible things to Monique, she turned around and she was working with Monique, with Giselle. Yeah, because they were working. They were working. You know, um, y'all know what it is on reality TV. If nobody will film with you, we talk about it all the time with people being iced out, right? So see, the middle ground between Robin and Candace and their fans should be Giselle, but they'd rather fight each other. Right. I mean, Giselle is literally the one who did it. I mean, it was Giselle. And it's interesting how Giselle, oh shoot, what was that? Oh. It's really interesting how Giselle is the one walking around unbothered. Unbothered. So honestly, y'all, that was really the most intriguing part of this episode. If you really want the truth of the matter, this damn camera. I really got to get a new camera, y'all, because I really don't understand why this camera is so extra. But honestly, That was really the most interesting part of this episode. I ain't got nothing else. We 37 minutes in, and I honestly don't have anything else to talk about. I really don't. Damn it. And I should have done what I started to do, which was do just stay up and do see, the problem with doing a Married to Medicine review is that I would have to I would be up too late because the episode comes on at 9. I wouldn't be able to live until 10, which would take me to probably like after 11 if I do an hour-long review. You know what I mean? But we'll do Married to Medicine tomorrow. Don't forget the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Listen, I don't know. I'm about to get in this group chat and talk to Scotty and them about the panel tomorrow. We might be able to do a 2-for-1 because I just don't see nothing in this episode. We might do a 2-for-1 tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to the people. I'm gonna talk to the well, no, because y'all don't do Married to Medicine, so I don't know. But baby, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll be there. Y'all know we're gonna make it funky. We're gonna do our tweets of the week. We're gonna let the people read the people, you know. But I was thirsty. The episode wasn't great. Necka still trying to make herself relevant was annoying. She was. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to anybody that went over to the other channel and subscribed. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. My belief is that none of these people are really friends. They're just work acquaintances turning for the cameras. The only I think Giselle and Robin are friends in real life. I think they are really friends in real life. But I think they were really friends before. And Giselle and Karen have a, like they said in tonight's episode, they have a respect for each other. They knew each other before the show. They were cool before the show. I think they were friendly before the show. I don't know if they were really friends for real. They were friendly. They moved in the same social circles. But I think Giselle and Robin are friends in real life. I think they're probably the only ones that are really truly friends. But I agree. They work. They're coworkers. They're coworkers. We'll make it fun. Y'all know we're gonna do what we do, child. Y'all know we're gonna do what we do, honey. It wasn't. This episode was terrible. Like I said, I barely made it. Like I stretched it to 40 minutes. I probably could have stopped talking 10 minutes ago, you know? But anyway, let me get off of here because I've been yawning and stuff. So I guess that's the Sandman telling me it's time to go to bed. But tomorrow we will do Married to Medicine. We'll do the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.